On our super prime time debate number 1 tonight, Sanjay Jha, Manoj Jha, two Mr. Jhas on the same side, Congress and RJD respectively. And joining them on the same side, presumably from our location in Hyderabad, is the Member of Parliament and leader of the All India Majlis Ittihad al-Muslimin, Assaudin Owaisi. And on the same side tonight from Ahmedabad and Delhi, linking up via satellite, is Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP. And my first question is to the BJP's legal man from Ahmedabad, Yatin Oza. Mr. Oza, why are you squealing injustice? What's wrong? What's wrong in what Kapil Sibal has said? Mayaben Kodnani, who was a minister in the Narendra Modi government, was a serving MLA at the time of the riots.
Give me two.
She was convicted in the Naroda. She was, let me complete. She was, by the way, it's open debate right at the start. Anyone can come in, but you have to let me complete my question to you. Because my question puts you on the defensive, Mr. Yatin Oza. You don't have to interrupt my question. Listen to my question.
Absolutely.
Go on the back foot and then reply.
Absolutely not.
My question to you is, you can't say absolutely not before the question. We'll see that. We'll see that. It's not a cricket match. It's a serious issue. I'm really embarrassed that the BJP is reducing to such a triviality today. The fact remains, Mr. Yatin Oza, that an MLA from the BJP and an ex-minister convicted in the Naroda Patia massacre was a serving MLA at the time of the riots. Now, if an MLA is called the kingpin of a massacre, she has been convicted by an SIT court. Can Kapil Sibal be off the mark? A person who is supposed to uphold law and order turns out to be a leader of a rioting mob. How can the state government consider it a law and order issue and adjudicate on its own riot leader?
Give me 2 minutes uninterrupted. Look, first year law examination that I appeared in 79 November. First paper was Constitution of India, and 50% of the questions were on the schedule to the Constitution and entries and lists to the schedule. And in no uncertain terms, this bill encroaches upon the state's prerogative. This subject has to be within the domain of the state legislature and not the parliament. One. Secondly, Mr. Sibal is a counsel of great eminence apart from being a law minister. Till the time, 1 minute, I'm coming to that. Arnab, I'm coming to that. Please give me a minute. Please give me a minute. Please. No. Now let me answer your question first. So far as state sponsor is concerned, now a competent criminal court, apart from SIT, has given a clean sheet to Mr. Modi. Ms. Kodnani, in her individual capacity as an MLA, has done something for which a criminal court has convicted her. You can't link up that to the act of the government.
Can't link up the two.
Individual capacity is something done. Maybe she was a minister, maybe she was an MLA. Whatever position she held at the time, something done by an individual, you can't link it up with the state government as a whole.
What are you saying?
My defense is that competent criminal court has given complete clean sheet to the chief minister, and matter should end there. Instead of casting aspersions against the chief minister without naming him by the government, you must respect the court verdict. And Mr. Kapil Sibal, you are a counsel of a great eminence, and you must know that once the competent court has let him off, you cannot just make this loose and reckless statement.
Let's get the Congress party in. First, I want a response from the Congress party to the argument being made there, and then I will put my first question. Can a party, Sanjay Jha, that has developed amnesia about 1984, preach today about the communal violence bill 12 weeks before a general election?
I'll answer your question. I'll answer it both the parts. Number one, a quick response to, I think, what Mr. Oza said from Gujarat. Mr. Modi's inflammatory speeches, the way the Godhra victims were allowed to be brought into Ahmedabad, These are recorded in history. And let me tell you, Mr. Oza, you should know the facts here that Maya Kodani was protected and promoted by Mr. Modi. If you're believing that, you know, the Bajrang Dals, Mr. Bajrangi, etc.
How do you say that? I'm sorry. How do you say that?
You know, complete massacre there, were doing it without,
how do you say that?
Without the knowledge of
statement.
Mr. Modi. You cannot fool anybody on this. You cannot. While my 1 minute. Even the SIT, by the way, Mr. Oza, you should read what the SIT said. The SIT said there was not enough prosecutable evidence. Zakia Jafri doesn't think so, and the matter is still going to go up in the higher courts. So for you to believe your chief minister ignored the cause of Mr. Ehsan Jafri, but takes the call of a woman, a friend of, or a daughter of a friend, and puts the entire state apparatus, the anti-terror squad, everybody goes
I'm sorry, Arnab, this is going beyond the point. I'm sorry, Arnab, you will have to stop him.
But the calls. No,
I'm sorry, Arnab, this is beyond the debate. This is beyond the debate. This issue is not the part of debate tonight.
I'm going to answer your question here. Mr. Oza, the critical question is, are you trying to tell the people who are watching this program today that 2,000 people died in Gujarat and the chief minister was not aware of how serious the issue was? The riots lasted for weeks on end and it spread to over 100 districts of Gujarat. Can you ignore that? Can that happen with a state that wasn't complicit on it? And therefore, Mr. Kapil Sibal, whatever he said in Parliament, he's completely justified in saying
immediately police help was sought from the 3 neighboring states ruled by Congress.
Arnab, I want to answer your question on 1984.
Government acted.
1984, I'll repeat.
The question
immediately government acted. It called for the police help from the 3 neighboring states ruled by Congress.
Is
to plainly refuse.
Why 2002 riots took place in 2002. You got elected in May 2005. Right? 2004. You have been in power for 9 years and 9 months. 12 weeks before general election, you wake up and you say we'll push the anti-communal violence bill. Hypocrisy to the extreme, Sanjay Jha. We don't question your intentions, but we thoroughly question your timing. I draw Assaudin Owaisi into the debate right now. Assaudin Owaisi, do you think the Congress party is genuine? And what do you think of the BJP's initial defense tonight?
Arnab,
no, we get in everyone, Assaudin Owaisi and everyone in. I also saw Sudhanshu Trivedi's hand go up. Let everyone have their turn. Mr. Owaisi.
No, just one point.
Let me answer your latter.
No, I will not interrupt Mr. Owaisi. Mr. Owaisi, if you can
Mr. Owaisi, please.
Okay. Mr. Owaisi, just... Okay, fair enough.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Owaisi, you can go ahead. I'll come later, no problem.
No, Mr. Owaisi, it's your turn. Go ahead.
I had to just make one quick point.
Let me first reply to the BJP spokesperson.
We brought the communal violence
maybe
bill
he's
in
suffering
2005.
from selective amnesia.
Okay.
Can he please answer why is it that in Gujarat that 10% of his IPS officers are incarcerated behind prisons? Doesn't that speaks volumes about the governance? Look,
I think we are going beyond the issues.
No, we are
you very much on the issue.
You cannot set the agenda. Now the question is that does he take pride in that 10% of IPS officers are behind prison, and they are in prison not because of Gujarat government filing appeal. It is because the Supreme Court monitored cases. Second, the first point which you mentioned, Arnab, yes, you are absolutely right.
Wrong.
Why? Who stopped Congress party from implementing a bill? From implementing a bill which was... No, can you allow me to complete, please? I know truth hurts. It is hitting you at your heart, but let me say what I have to say. Absolutely right. Congress party could have implemented this bill when a bill that was passed by the Congress president in a capacity as a National Advisory Council chairman. Who stopped the Congress party from implementing this bill in Maharashtra, which has the highest number of communal cases registered? Who stopped you from implementing this bill in Rajasthan? Why didn't you implement this bill when in Assam, when 1.5 lakh people were made homeless? You are making us a fodder now. If you are serious about it, can you give a convincing answer to the nation that in this parliament session, come what may, you will ensure that this bill is passed? Why are you using this now? Why are you using this as a bait or a carrot to us? Well, for God's sake, please understand that your tricks are not going to work. If you are really sincere, you do it in your own states.
Mr.
If you are
Owaisi,
sincere, ensure that this bill is tabled and passed in the parliament. If you are really committed to it, do it. Don't give us sermons, don't give us sweet words. We are tired of your sweet words. The innumerable 40,000 people have been killed in communal riots.
Arnab, can I quickly answer Mr. Owaisi?
And why? And
no,
you,
let
and
Mr.
You,
Owaisi complete. He's absolutely right.
Mr. Owaisi,
he's absolutely right.
Mr. Jha,
Mr. Jha,
Mr.
Jha, Mr. Owaisi, let him complete.
Let
him complete.
Mr. Jha,
no, 1 minute.
No, I
1 minute. First of all, let me say this. No, 1 second. Mr. Owaisi, 1 minute.
I am on the side of the truth. And the truth is, you both, Congress and BJP, are playing games over here. You rub my back, I'll rub your back. Stop playing footsie over here. If you are committed, implement this bill. Ensure that it passed over here. What happened in Dhulia in Maharashtra? Can you say people were killed over there?
Now some questions have been raised. Some questions have been raised. Some questions have been raised. Mr. Owaisi, 1 minute. 1 minute. Now let me come in, Mr. Owaisi. 1 minute.
The same Sanjay Nirupam sits on a Bhukartal for power tariff. You have Narayan Rane in Congress party who said in Maharashtra Assembly that if that commission report is implemented, Mumbai will burn. Now Narayan Rane is sitting in your party. Does that make him secular? For God's sake, don't play. This is utter hypocrisy on the part of Congress party.
Okay, now 1 second. 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute. There are two very good questions. No, Mr. Jha, 1 minute. Mr. Jha, 1 minute. Allow me, please. Mr. Jha. Mr. Jha, I'm on a point. I want to ask Mr. Owaisi a counter question. I need to ask Mr. Owaisi a counter question, Mr. Jha.
Please.
Okay.
1 minute. First of all, let me compliment Mr. Owaisi. He has raised two very good points. And I think the Congress and the BJP are thoroughly on the back foot on his 2 points. But Mr. Owaisi, before you start preaching to others, charity begins at home. Mr. Owaisi, you are the leader of a party, the All India Majlis Ittihad al-Muslimin, which attacked Taslima Nasreen in Hyderabad. I ask you tonight, and you answer me directly. Why should an attack on Taslima Nasreen in Hyderabad, a cowardly attack on a woman called Taslima Nasreen in Hyderabad by members of your party in August 2007 not be perceived as an incident of communal violence since in this case views on religion was the basis of the attack? Let me remind you, so that you don't have amnesia, you disagreed at the time that it was an attack and said it is a legitimate form of public protest. Trying to assault a woman, trying to beat a woman in public who questions your beliefs becomes legitimate public protest. As someone who favors the communal violence bill, I challenge you tonight, Mr. Assaudin Owaisi, prove your own position right on this one. Otherwise, you will be hypocritical in asking the BJP and the Congress party the questions that you have. Did you or did you not, in August 9, 2007, justify the physical assault on Taslima Nasreen, and why should I not consider that to be a communal attack?
Arnab Goswami, I am willing to accept any challenge from you or from the Sangh Parivar. I have no issues at all. Now, as you have challenged me...
Mr. Owaisi, answer the question about, otherwise I'll start quoting you.
You have to allow me to answer, please. You have challenged me on your program. I accept your challenge.
Yes, I have challenged you and I am challenging you again.
I am again saying that I am willing to accept your challenge on any fora. It is your channel or any other place. I am willing to accept any challenge. Believe me, I will be the last person to show my back to you. Now, if what you say is true, don't you feel, Mr. Arnab Goswami, that the nation requires this law? Let us assume for a while that you, as a devil's advocate, is right.
Are you saying that the nation requires this law? Are you saying that the nation requires this law to protect the people of this country from the communal actions of Assaudin Owaisi's party?
You don't allow me to complete the challenge which you posed to me. This is not fair. If you are challenging me, then you should.
You have proven yourself wrong.
Time to reply you back. No, now you are running and you are hitting.
You are tying yourself up in knots, Mr. Owaisi.
This kind of guerrilla warfare TV tactics.
You're tied yourself up in knots.
No,
There is no need for guerrilla warfare with someone who's tied himself up in knots.
I have said that this nation requires a law. I have total confidence in the courts of law. I am not disputing what you have said. I am saying let the courts decide. But let us assume for a while what you are saying is true. Does that mean that we should not require a communal violence bill? Don't we require a communal violence bill because a young boy from Arunachal Pradesh was murdered? Don't you require a bill or an act to stop all these acts?
Mr. Owaisi, you have such short-term memory loss that I find it amusing. I'll quote you. You said at that point of time when we questioned your cowardly attack on Taslima Nasreen, you said it is not an attack. You said it is simple protest against an individual who is not an Indian citizen, right? Now, let me tell you another example of your hypocrisy. Let me give you another example of your hypocrisy, Mr. Assaudin Owaisi. The second example of your hypocrisy is the time when you were denied permission. Is it true that you were denied permission to hold a rally in Azamgarh, in Uttar Pradesh, because of fears that it may arouse communal tension? So you criticize the VHP Yatra saying it is geared towards the 2014 elections, but you were stopped from holding a rally in Azamgarh because you were trying to incite communal tension. Mr. Owaisi, would you admit that the communal violence will actually be an effective instrument against the people like you, against people like you who practice communal politics?
Freedom of speech for Taslima Nasreen, but you don't want me to give a speech in Azamgarh. Let me give you latest news. Today, Thane Police Commissioner Mr. Raghuvanshi has just now...
There was prohibitory order section 144 imposed to prevent unlawful assembly. I think you know the law. What was happening in Azamgarh?
Half an hour ago, Raghuvanshi of Thane Police Commissioner, under the pressure of Jitendra Awade of NCP, don't want me to come to Thane, to Mumra. Now, you stand for freedom of speech for Taslima Nasreen. I am challenging Arnab Goswami. You stand with freedom of expression for me. And if I commit something wrong, the law will take its own course. You have what kind of hypocrisy is this, Mr. Arnab Goswami, that you believe in freedom of expression for Taslima Nasreen, who's not an Indian national. Here I am a member of parliament who has taken an oath on Indian constitution. You don't want to stand for my freedom of expression? I am a member of parliament. I should be allowed to go anywhere in India. This is my country. What is this?
As a member of parliament, you cannot foment communal tension.
Because
being a member of parliament,
truth against Samajwadi Party, I criticize the Congress.
Being a member of parliament does not allow you.
They are afraid
anyway,
of me.
It's not between you and me.
On with an intellectual debate. They cannot take me cerebral debate.
It's not between you and me.
That is why, in a cowardly way, you are issuing 144 love letters to me.
Mr. Owaisi,